Don't anybody look at my missing button. I took the kids to Pizza Hut, and then we went to Nearly Perfect, and between one of the two of them, I lost the button. That's the first time I ever wore it.
Hi, I'm Beth.
Hi,
I'll be
Beth.
interviewing you today for the position of medical coder. Have a seat.
Thank you. I brought a copy of my resume just in case.
Okay. And do you have any letters of referral or anything like that to go with it?
Yes, I have two teachers that have agreed to give me recommendations,
Okay.
and a couple of people that I have worked for
All right.
also
If-
have.
If we get to that point, we will contact them.
Okay.
All right. In your own words, how would you describe yourself?
I think I'd have to say outgoing, and I like people. I like to talk. I can get along with just about anybody I meet.
Okay. What motivates you to work in the medical coding field?
I would have to say I've always enjoyed numbers, and I love medical. Any terminology, anything like that, I like doing that. And plus I found out that I can do this job at home,
Mhm.
and I look forward to that.
Okay. Do you smoke or use alcohol?
Improper question, but I will say no, ma'am.
Well, would you be able to comply with the company's substance abuse?
Yes, ma'am.
And our policies? Okay. Give me an example of a time that you tried to accomplish something and it failed on you.
Oh, I think I try to be a peacekeeper, and usually it backfires. People just don't want, if they're in a state where they're upset or nervous, edgy, they don't want somebody saying, hey, it's gonna be okay, calm down, and,
Right.
yeah, I don't, as much as I try, it's a bad situation.
Do you consider that one of your weaknesses?
No, I think my biggest weakness is I don't like people that don't live up to their, I would say, my expectations. I don't like stupid people.
All right. Back to the coding and medical questions, do you feel like you have a good idea of codes at this point? Can you tell me some names of codes for diagnoses?
Oh, right now we're studying the ICD-9. In the future, we will have the ICD-10. We are doing what they call a HCPC book, which is strictly for Medicare use. And we also have the CPT book we're studying out of.
When did you graduate high school?
Several years ago.
How do you feel like your education has prepared you for this medical career?
I think several years of working in home health, and I come from a very, very large family. There are 29 brothers and sisters between my parents, and they have covered just about every disease, every accident going on, and
Sure.
yeah, and you know, when you have a family that large, you just cover it all, and I have always been interested in it. Plus, like I said, I have worked home health for
Mhm.
several years, and it's fascinating to me.
How would you handle a difficult medical personnel or an angry patient?
I think the first thing I do is, having been on both sides of this, I think I listen to what they're saying and then try to explain the situation more to them, and let them know that, you know, somebody else has been through this, and I understand what you're trying to say, and if I don't have the answer, I will find out, and I will get back to you with it.
Very good. Um, when did you graduate high school?
Several years ago.
How many years have you been in the medical field? Can you give me an example of a time when you had to make a split-second decision?
My son lost an arm at the shoulder. They reattached his arm, and 3 days later, they come in and said he was septic. And what do you want to do? And I simply looked at the doctor and said, cut it off. And he said, well, we could wait 24 hours. I said, I understand septic. He could be dead 24 hours. I would rather have a son with one arm than no son.
Can you tell me about a time that you went above and beyond the call of duty to get a job done?
Working in a nursing home, I had a lady pass away on me. And without hesitation, I went in, washed her, gave her a bath, put clean clothes on her, combed her hair, made sure her fingernails were nice and clipped, and I really think I went above and beyond on that one.
So her family wouldn't have to
Yes,
see her?
as she was.
Yes. Do you have a time that you can tell me about where you set maybe your goals or your sights too high or too low, either one?
I think I went in and applied for a job, and we discussed salary, and I told them what I thought was appropriate, and found out later that if I would have just said it is open for debate,
Mm-hmm.
I would have received $3 more an hour. So, yeah, makes a big difference.
Listen, we all need to learn. Can you tell me some of the knowledge about the computer system that you're going to be working with?
There are two different systems out there right now. One is called Metasoft, the other one is Epic. Both of them are software issues that deal with better coding. It shows a better way and more easy way to apply for payments. It gives the patients more information, and which in turn makes your job easier.
Mhm. Can you tell me about a time when you were able to successfully deal with another person, even if they didn't like you or you didn't like them?
I think that goes back to when my son lost his arm. There was a nurse standing there trying to explain to my daughter-in-law of 13 days what would happen, and she thought we should have left my son go 24 more hours. My daughter-in-law was tending to agree with her, and I looked at the doctor and said, no, my daughter-in-law doesn't understand it. I don't know what the nurse is trying to do, but I think it is something that she should have let us discuss instead of standing there saying we needed an answer immediately.
Mhm.
She doesn't know my son. I know how my son will react to this. And that nurse didn't, and then she later come and apologized, and, we all apologized to her. She
Mhm.
said it was just a stressful
It was a very
situation.
stressful time. Okay, well, I believe that's about all the questions I have for you today.
Okay,
I thank you very much for coming in.
well, thank you for your
You're
time.
welcome, and we'll get back with you.
Okay, thank you very much.